Hello, everyone. I'm here doing a response to Bernard Chapin. Sorry, I nearly read that as Chaplin. His video, Libertarian Socialst. And I've seen a minute of this video, and it's pretty stupid. So, without further ado, let's get into this.
This is our last day using this flag here at Chapin's Inferno. This is the old South Carolina Liberty flag from the Revolutionary War. I'll be replacing it with something. I'm taking suggestions. When I look in the closet, I got a lot to sort through, so let me know. I want to talk about this phrase, Libertarian Socialst. A lot of people throw this around.
Quick thing, that stutter, that occasional freezing for half a second, that's not your video. That's just this video, and I don't know why it's doing this.
Usually enemies of my channel, obviously, because they're really socialists. They're not libertarian socialists. But for a moment, I'm going to depart from my usual approach. I'm not going to laugh at these people. I'm going to try to put myself into their mindset. Into a young kid who comes out of college, he's in college, and he hears about libertarian socialism. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, first of all, I can easily tell this is just going to be like the whole, oh, they're just filthy anarchists. Like, no, shut up. Like, you can't use the fact that libertarian socialists are just all angsty teenagers, because I mean it's sort of a very overgeneralizing, stereotypical argument. It has no basis in fact. Granted, yes, a lot of libertarian socialists on the internet are young, but simply because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's the face of the entire movement.
In their mind, number one, it's very sophisticated, because a guy like Chomsky says that's what he is.
I've actually met anarchists who don't like Noam Chomsky. So saying because Chomsky said it doesn't really mean much.
I think Bill Maher even admitted that, although he said
Bill Maher's no. When has Bill Maher ever said he's a libertarian socialist? What? Bill Maher's a liberal. I've never once heard Bill Maher call himself a libertarian socialist. Because he doesn't. He's not. He's just a fucking liberal. That's all he is.
Libertarian, and he said socialist, so I don't know. He's going to have to decide. We all know what he is really. The second thing is, in their minds, a libertarian socialist is somebody who gets to do whatever they want, and the government's going to take care of them.
No. I can fucking smell the conservative on that. Like, no, that's not it at all. That's a massive straw man, actually. Like, it's not just... Socialism isn't just whatever the government does. That's not what socialism is. And you clearly don't even understand what libertarianism is, because libertarianism isn't just free markets. That's American libertarianism.
That's level one thinking. And they stop there. They stop.
Oh my god, the fucking condescension.
At the first level. But what really is a libertarian socialist? What would really happen? If you make a government big enough to give you everything you want...
Libertarian socialists don't want a big government. What the fuck are you talking about? What? No, it's the exact opposite. We don't want a massive government that controls everything. It's literally the exact opposite of what we want.
They can take everything away. Capriciously, without you knowing why. They can take nothing's really yours in a society like that. So everything that you think that you're going to have may not be there for you. And in a socialist society, people become gradually poorer and poorer.
Oh my fucking god, no. How would that happen at all? In a socialist society, workers would have control of the means of production. How would that instantly make everyone poorer and poorer and poorer?
And poorer as the years go on. But we'll all be equal. Well, we won't be equal.
No. No. That's what you don't understand. Socialism isn't complete, fucking equal pay for everyone. That's not what it is. Socialism, in its most broad of terms, is workers' control of the means of production. That's it.
The guys that run in Washington, D.C. will have everything they want. But
we don't support the guys in Washington, D.C.
You won't. It'll be like in East Germany, where they'll have...
Oh, fuck off with your Germany. Like, no, Libertarian Socialists don't like East Germany. East Germany was fucking belonged to the Soviet Union, and a lot of anarchists I've met don't like the Soviet Union.
Volvograd, where all the bureaucrats have their cars, they have Volvos, everybody else has Trabants. And no one of you.
What the fuck are you talking about? What? That literally makes no sense at all. Why would, first of all, East Germany, I'm pretty sure didn't function that way. Like, where people at top got fucking Volvos. Secondly, that makes literally no sense. Why would the state instantly give everyone a car? What? It's just stupid.
Told me the other name of the East German car. I had to look it up. I read all about it. It doesn't come to my mind right now. I think we actually had an owner of a Trabant that was on this channel for a while. At least he used to be a subscriber to this channel. But another way that they try to get around this is they say, and it's confusing to read about. I was reading about it this morning. They say, well, private property can be yours, but the state is going to make public all this other property.
You clearly never read a single thing about libertarian socialism. Because libertarian socialism is inherently against private property. Private property would be abolished. There would be personal property, which would be things like a pen, a coffee mug, stuff like that. Private property, like factories and fucking means of production, wouldn't be private. They would be publicly owned.
But there's no distinction between what private property is.
Yes, there is. I just gave one, which you actually read up on libertarian socialism. You would know that, but you clearly didn't. You clearly just looked up on fucking Fox News' site and asked them what it is, or fucking Bill O'Reilly said something about Mayday once, and you instantly assumed that's what it is.
Oil, private property? Sure it is. So the government's going to seize it. But they don't seize it from and it's the private property of, in their mind, some capitalist fat cat, and he should lose it. But that's not true. Shell Oil, a lot of the pension funds in this country, contributed by people like me who weren't asked to be in a pension, were told to be in a pension, and they take the money without our permission, and they...
What are you talking about? What is this leading to?
Spend that money on different blue chip stocks, although my pension fund was involved in the credit default swaps and lost a ton of money, and then bragged the next year that they only lost 9% in their newsletter to us. They bragged about, that's a great recovery, guys. You only lost 9%. You guys are really doing great. So no, all these big companies, all the shares of these big companies are owned already by the people like me, that wouldn't have any say in how it's redistributed. But anytime...
In a libertarian socialist society, the worker would have input on how it's distributed. A worker would have input on what is made. A worker would have input on pretty much everything. You don't know what you're talking about.
That you can take wealth from one and give to another is a form...
That's not socialism.
Form of tyranny. You don't have...
That's not socialism. That's not libertarian socialism. That's distributism, which I don't think anyone on the planet actually legitimately believes in.
The right to take somebody else's property, and that's what I believe in. And that's more of a libertarian perspective.
No, it's not. No, it is not. That is American libertarianism, which is not actual libertarianism.
Libertarian socialist is just mumbo jumbo, and it's a way to shut you up. It's a way to shut you up. It's like
what? What the fuck does that mean? How is libertarian socialism a way of shutting you up?
I used to always say, very popular the last few years, people would say, I'm fiscally conservative but socially liberal. And then
you can be economically conservative and socially liberal. That's a thing. You can't be that. You don't have to instantly be solid conservative, solid liberal. In politics, you can be economically one thing and socially another. Like, I can believe that there should be a free market. The economy should have a free market system, free market capitalism. While socially, I think you should legalize all drugs. We should legalize gay marriage. That people would classify as liberal things socially, and conservative things phys- economically. Sorry.
And when they poll, I don't mean, I know guys on here that say that, and I believe them, but when they poll these people, it turns out they're Democrats. So they weren't that fiscally conservative.
That's not fucking libertarian socialism. Did you seriously think that libertarian socialism was socially liberal and economically conservative? You're showing the fact that you clearly haven't read a single thing on libertarian socialism like you say you have.
Conservative in the first place. They weren't too concerned about it. But I understand the appeal of libertarian socialism, but it doesn't make any sense because another tenet that they have is they want to have a non-bureaucratized approach to public holdings.
What? That sentence was so, like, the way you worded that sentence was so confusing.
And that's not the way it works. Anytime you have a state, the state perpetuates.
In libertarian socialism, there wouldn't be a state. That is literally thing one about libertarian socialism. Once again, you are showing you have no idea what you're talking about, and you're pulling this out of your ass. Like, I can smell the Fox News coming from this.
Itself. The commissar in charge of this wants...
The commissar? Fuck off.
To hire more and more people. His bureau grows and grows and grows, and his power grows. He becomes a more significant person. If you were to go to Congress even, and you were to ask, okay, so how many people work in the office of this congressman? And you find out it's 40, you would be shocked. I mean, we imagine somebody sitting there by phone answering stuff, and yet some young kid working for free, like my buddy did. He was a volunteer for Senator Levin when we were kids or when we were in college. And he used to always, his only perk of the job was he used to make free phone calls all day. He'd like call me up on the phone, hey, I can talk forever, man. We're calling on the government line. And that was his only perk. But no, they got 40 people working for him. And maybe in a few years it'll be 50. But bureaucracies grow and grow. They have a time-limited, they have a budget, and it has to be spent within a certain amount of time. And if they don't spend it, then the money goes back.
What the fuck are you talking about? There wouldn't be a bureaucracy in a libertarian social society because there wouldn't be money. No, sorry, that's anarcho-communist, but and libertarian socialism is pretty much synonymous with anarcho-communism.
To the central fund. And it never goes back to the central fund. They'll find one way to spend it or another. Anything that they do with...
Real quick, I think libertarian socialism is really an umbrella term that could include anarcho-communism, and mutualism, so on and so on. But most people, when they say they're libertarian socialists, they're usually anarcho-communist.
The money is better than what you would do with your money in their eyes. So it's just malarkey, and it's a stupid, stupid position. But we're trying to understand it and refute it here at Chapin's Inferno. At least
if you're trying to understand it, you're failing horribly.
At least for today, because I'm in a good mood. So I'll see you soon.
You clearly have no clue what you're talking about. I think you pulled all this out of your ass the last second while you're making the video. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't give a proper definition of libertarian socialism. You seem to think libertarian socialism is economically conservative and socially liberal when it's not. You're fucking stupid.